If you're homeless or you're a criminal, then Los Angeles has become the place for you. You guys, this is a video that I really do not want to make. I grew up in Los Angeles. I love this city, but unfortunately, it has become a total hellhole. And on today's video, I'm going to cover some of the biggest issues plaguing this city. I'm going to share some recent examples of some crazy things that have happened here that you would never believe would happen in Los Angeles. I'm going to show you what's going on, and I'm going to share with you why all of these things are causing the mass exodus out of Los Angeles and out of California to intensify even more. So let's jump right in with the topic that a lot of you already probably know about, and that's the homeless crisis in LA. First of all, I should probably introduce myself. I am Dima. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram. I'm really trying to grow my IG, so head over there. The link is down in the description below, and follow me over there. I post almost every single day. You can also text me for updates and to find out about my next giveaway. So let's talk about the homeless problem in LA. It is really growing to a massive scale. We now have over 66,000 homeless people in LA. That's like the size of a big baseball stadium. Now guys, before, in the past, we used to be able to drive around. You wouldn't really see this situation occur unless you went to some of the sketchier parts of LA, Skid Row, other areas where we would see these kinds of things. But now, the homeless situation has taken over LA. I mean, all across Venice, every underpass, $1 million neighborhoods, we have encampments, we have tent cities popping up everywhere, every bus bench, all across the city. And the city isn't doing anything about it, or the things that they want to do are completely nonsensical. Now guys, I want to point something out. I understand fully and I appreciate the fact that a lot of people who are homeless have mental issues, have drug issues, substance abuse issues. I am not downplaying that at all. What I am saying is that the solutions proposed by the city, specifically our incompetent mayor, Eric Garcetti, are completely useless, are completely nonsensical, and will not work. What we need in the city is a common sense approach to solve homelessness. I've made a lot of videos about California in general. I also had the opportunity recently to interview Craig Grivey, who's part of an organization called Rise Together that wants to advance common sense approach responses to things like the homeless crisis. Homelessness, what are we going to do about that?
Stop people from becoming homeless. We don't do that. We are so focused on getting people off the streets, we've forgotten the fact that it is 10 times cheaper to keep someone off the streets than it is to get them off the streets.
But the homeless crisis is bad, and it's not getting any better. In fact, according to some reports, the homeless situation is expected to increase by 86% in the next 4 years. Guys, that's almost double. So if we go from 66,000 homeless on the streets of LA to 130,000 homeless on the streets of LA, that is just going to be catastrophic in almost every area. And again, the solutions are nonsensical and don't make any sense. So I read your comments, guys, and a lot of you have said, Danny, you talk about all these problems in LA and California, and of course I have a whole playlist devoted to this called California Love. You can check that out over there as well. Let us know, what's your solution? What do you offer? So guys, as far as the homeless situation goes, there are areas that have solved this situation. I don't pretend to know everything about everything, unlike the politicians running our state. And what I would do if I were running the show is I would simply find a place that has solved the issue in a common sense way. I would bring those people over, I would consult with them, and I would figure out how to resolve the situation. Our cost of living here in LA is extremely high, of course, which is due to the high taxes, the high regulations on businesses, which forces businesses to have to do things that require a higher level of housing. They have to pay those people more. Maybe they have less employees because they can't afford to have employees here. And so the cycle continues. What the politicians don't understand is that their progressive, quote, progressive policies on businesses and on the people living here are the very things that are causing more people to become homeless in the first place. So that is issue number one, and it is everywhere in Los Angeles. You cannot drive around without encountering this problem. Next up, Let's talk about our new district attorney, the progressive George Gascon. George Gascon is a DA who was recently elected. I don't know how. Well, I do know how. His campaign was funded by George Soros and other liberal progressives who funneled a ton of money into his campaign. He won the election here and now promises to completely reform the criminal justice system, not in a good way. This man is completely lenient on all crimes. He is decriminalizing everything. He's removing the cash bail system. He is lowering criminal penalties for almost everything. And the result is that crime in LA is severely on the rise. The police unions, the chiefs, the sheriffs all oppose this guy and are all saying that what he is doing is complete madness. He's turning the city not only into a hellhole, but he's turning the city into something where normal citizens, law-abiding citizens, are scared to simply do things like go out to lunch. Let me give you a recent example. Just recently, there was someone eating lunch at Il Pastel in Beverly Hills, which is a celebrity hotspot. You might have heard of it. I have personally eaten lunch there. My real estate office used to be right across the street. And a gentleman who was sitting at the restaurant eating lunch was held up at gunpoint in the middle of the day. This is Beverly Hills, folks. And the robbers wanted to take his watch, which was valued at approximately $500,000. They got into a scuffle, a gun went off, a lady was shot. They did get away with the watch. The man's now offering a $50,000 reward.
He had a gun, yeah.
And what did he do with the gun? Did he show you the gun?
He put it in my head.
And what did he say to you?
No, come on. Give me the watch, I told you.
What do you think about all this?
Gotta leave LA.
Now, guys, this is like the stuff of Batman movies. I mean, this is crazy that you can't go to lunch in Beverly Hills anymore and feel safe. But this is what it's come to in the city of LA. They are now going to have armed security guards outside of restaurants in Beverly Hills to prevent this type of thing from happening. I mean, again, this is just simply madness what's going on in Los Angeles. And one more time, if you are saying, Danny, what's the solution? Well, guys, we can't have a DA that is so lenient on crime that even the prosecutors want to get this guy out of there. We've been talking about a recall of Governor Gavin Newsom in California. Well, the next thing they want to do is now recall this DA who should never have been elected in the first place. We've talked a lot on this channel about California going to hell. I've made a bunch of videos about that. And now Los Angeles is going in the same exact direction. Guys, what we need in LA and what we need in California is new leadership. We need strong leadership. We need people that are pro-business. We need people that want to help people succeed here, want to grow here, and want to attract people and businesses and investment into the city, not drive them away. For the first time in a very long time, California will have a negative net population growth. That means more people are leaving than are coming. And I believe LA County is on that same path. These are serious problems that we have in the city and in the state. And if we want to change them, we got to stop electing the same people with these stupid, nonsensical policies that do not do what they say they're doing. They may sound great on paper, they may sound great on the campaign trail, reform, and all of these other things, but ultimately, this is the result of all of these progressive policies. So if we don't want to lose all of our companies to places like Texas and Florida and Tennessee, and we don't want to lose all of our people and all of our talent out of California and out of LA, we need to make changes, and we need to make changes fast. The problem, of course, is that California, as I've mentioned on a lot of my videos, has really become a one-party state. The Democrats hold a supermajority here. It's veto-proof. So when you have a situation where you know the result, where only one party can win and only one party can make all of the laws, you have a really big problem. I've talked about some of these progressive laws like the exit tax, like the wealth tax, like all these other things that they're trying to propose, not to mention that we already have the highest state income taxes, which is driving away Fortune 500 companies in droves. But But if you want to make changes, you got to start there. You got to attract businesses. You got to help people come here and not drive people away. So for now, I'm coming to you here from LA. But as a lot of people have said, they are exploring other options and trying to see where else they can go that will treat them right. Thanks for tuning in today, you guys. Remember, follow me over on Instagram. I'm trying to grow that account. I'm posting there every single day. You can see what I'm up to in my personal life, my family life, and all that other good stuff. Text me for updates and to find out about my next giveaway, and I will catch you on the next video.